Yes, listen everyone now. Part 1 of accounts. In fact, if we start from 11th standards accounts was all related to proprietorship firm. Like journal, cash book, subsidy books, when we used to have the name of a trader. Journal of Mr. So and so. So 11th was all proprietorship. 12th part 1 was all partnership. Now 12th part 2 is all about joint stock company. Okay, 12th part 2 is all about joint stock company. All the 6 chapters are on joint stock company. Like you studied proprietorship, final accounts, partnership, final accounts, you studied joint stock companies, final accounts also in chapter 3. So the whole joint stock companies accounting is being discussed in part 2. And how does the joint stock company start the business? By issuing the shares to the public. So the first chapter what we study is share capital transactions. Okay. Very first we need to understand what is the meaning of share capital. So see, like in proprietorship, what we call it as capital. In partnership, also what we call it as capital. In the joint stock company, it is called share capital. So the capital of joint stock company is called share capital. Reason: in proprietorship, single person contributes the money. In partnership, few people contribute the money or capital. But in a joint stock company, thousands and lakhs of people contribute the money. So several people have their share participation in capital. Okay. So like for example, Reliance Industries Limited, Mukesh Ambani is the owner major. I am also the owner. Because I also have 50 shares of that company. 50. So I am also the owner, maybe only by 0.0000001%. Only that much ownership. But I also have the share in that company's capital. So that's why the name used is share, because lakhs of people have share in that capital. And this capital is divided in shares, several units of small value. The value is only 10 rupees. So if the capital of a joint stock company is 5 crore, just for example, then that 5 crore will be divided into 10 rupees units. And so 50 lakh units or shareholders are there in the market. And everyone is contributing 10 rupees. And maybe out of that 50 lakh units, 30 lakhs are with one person only. So single person has contributed 3 crore. Okay, and there is one more person who has only 1 unit. He has contributed only 10 rupees. But each unit is called shares. Is everyone of you clear with it? So let out the total capital of a joint stock company is called share capital. So this capital is divided into several units of small denomination. Okay, how much small denomination? Generally rupees 10. Full stop. Each of this unit is called shares. Each of this unit is called shares. Correct, everyone? Now, there are 7 classifications of share capital, which if we don't understand, then we will not be able to understand certain terms in the chapter when we solve the practical questions. So 7 classifications, give the heading and write along with me, otherwise it will get late. Classifications of share capital will study 5 only out of 7. because the last two are only theoretically to be understood. In practical questions, they will not have much relevance. Now, first one is authorized capital. Which are the two certificates company has to obtain to start the business? Certificate of incorporation, registration, business organization, last year you must have studied, and certificate of commencement. Certificate of commencement involves issue of prospectus, getting the shares, then listing of stock exchange, etc. Certificate of incorporation involves which two documents to be submitted? Memorandum of association and articles of association. Then table F comes in that. Memorandum of association has which 6 clauses? Name clause, object clause. Yes? Liability clause, capital clause, domicile clause, okay, the place of your address, and association clause. Now, capital clause is there. One of those 6 clauses is capital clause. The capital mentioned in that capital clause is called authorized capital. Okay, so it is the one which is read on, mentioned in Memorandum of Association. You can write it in brief. We are just going to understand the concepts. Definitions will not come in exam. So, because those concepts will come in the chapter. So, authorized capital is the one which is mentioned in. You can write the same way as I am writing on the board. Are you all clear with this? Now, listen here. What is the relevance of this? Suppose the company mentions in Memorandum of Association, Swara and Disha. This is also important. Suppose the company mentions in Memorandum of Association that capital they'll require is 500 crores. Now the relevance is, throughout the lifetime of the company, they cannot collect more than 500 crores. They are authorized to collect only 500. So suppose when you start the new business, you require 100 crores. You take it from the public. After 5 years, you require more 200 crores. You take it. So 100 plus 200? 300. After 7 years, you again require 200. You take it. So 300 plus 200? Now your limit is over. After 3 more years, if you require again even a single rupee, you cannot take. You are authorized to take only 500 crores. Okay, so it is the maximum amount which can be collected throughout the lifetime. Did you understand this? Throughout the lifetime of the company, it is the maximum amount which you can collect. Suppose just for example, you may also write it. For simplicity, let us say 5 crore shares of rupees 10 each. So 5 crores into 10, 50 crores is the authorized capital. Now the company has mentioned in Memorandum of Association that throughout the life they will collect not more than 50 crore rupees. Is everyone clear with this? Now, second is issued capital. Now, what is issued capital, be attended? Issued capital is the one which is offered to the public. Offered to the public means when you start the company, suppose at that time you don't require 50 crores, you require 30 crores. Initially when you start the company, you require 30 crore rupees. Okay. So how many shares you will offer to the public to get 30 crores if they are of 10 each? You require 30 crore rupees. Each unit is of 10 rupees. So how many units you offer to the public? 3 crores. And you get 3 crores into 10, 30 crores. What is that 3 crore shares? It is called issued capital. That is what you have issued and offered to the public. Okay. So you can say issued capital is that part of, is this 3 crore a part of this 5 crore or not? So it is that part of authorized capital which is offered to the public. Okay. For example, suppose 3 crore shares of rupees 10 each. So 30 crores is issued capital. Now, subscribed capital. Now see, when you offer 3 crore shares to the public, 3 situations are possible. Either you receive applications of more than 3 crores or less than 3 crores or equal to 3 crores. 3 situations are possible. So whatever applications you receive from the public is called subscribed capital. Okay. So applied by the public. Okay, like we said, what is issued capital? It is that part of which is offered to the public. So subscribed capital is that part of issued capital. Because whatever you offer to the public, from that only they will apply. So it is that part of issued capital which is applied by the public. But 3 things are possible here. As I said, if you receive more than 3 crore applications, it is called oversubscription. If you receive exactly 3 crore applications,